Hi, brothers and sisters in Christ. I want to share a warning dream that I received from God about the rapture. About the rapture. On the night of August the 12th, 2016, I had said a prayer to God asking Him if the rapture is very close, and I was given a dream the next day in the morning, sometime between 5 o'clock to 6 o'clock a.m. In the dream, I was with my parents on what looked like a beach. I think it was a beach because when I looked at the ground, I thought I had seen sand and all around was water, which was close to the surface. This is what it look. This is what it would look like if you were at a beach. After I observed my surroundings, trying to figure out where I was, I immediately was in my car. My parents were at the front with my mom driving, and I was at the back seat, and we all had our seatbelts on. I just want you to notice for later that this was the same car I have in real life, but in this dream it did not have a covering. The covering that I am referring to is the part that covers all the people in the car from the outside. If you look if you look at certain Ferraris, they have no covering. After we put on our seatbelts, my mom started the car, and soon after she did that, the car goes into reverse on its own and just keeps accelerating. I looked at the I looked at the steering wheel and I could see that my mom had no control of the car because it was moving on its own. So as we are accelerating, I keep telling my parents to unbuckle their seatbelts and to jump out, but they didn't do it. My mom was still driving to my mom was still trying to control the car. Finally, at the last moment, we all jumped. I somehow landed onto the surface, but my parents went into the deep. But they didn't drown. They quickly swam to the surface. As soon as we huddled together on the surface, it quickly changed to nighttime. I'm standing, and next thing you know, my aunt, whose name I won't mention, came up on my right and said two things. First was that they made a discovery on Pluto, and second, God smoke. After she said these, After she said those two things, I woke up. What I can interpret from the stream is that number one, the car having no covering signified that there was no need to cover us from the weather outside the car, meaning we are in the right season of the rapture. I looked up God smoke in the Bible, and a verse from Revelation came up, which is Revelation chapter 15, verse 8, which says, "The temple was filled with smoke from God's glory and power. No one could enter the temple until the seven angels had completed pouring out the seven plagues." These seven plagues are mentioned after this verse, and God is telling us that these seven plagues must come to pass before anybody enters the temple. The Pluto discovery could be something that will be mentioned before these seven plagues hit. I'm not so sure about this one though. I do believe we are in the season of the rapture as God showed me, which means Jesus must be coming very soon. Let's all be rapture ready when he comes. God bless.